Ending a marriage in California's legal system can turn into a chaotic maze. Without clear guidelines, spouses often find themselves buried under endless negotiations, trying to untangle years of shared finances while the legal paperwork continues to collapse on their desks. Bringing a pre-existing prenuptial agreement to the table changes that dynamic. Instead of starting from scratch and fighting over who gets what, you bring a set of predetermined rules that sidesteps much of the hostile negotiation. To get through this effectively, we are going to walk through the exact 5-step execution process, what the judge expects to see from both of you, and the specific rules for how your assets will be divided. Before initiating the first step, you need 4 things in place. You must be operating under California jurisdiction. The basic terms of your split should be generally agreed upon. You need the actual signed document, and you must have access to your current financial records. Having this document doesn't mean you skip the legal process entirely. Rather, it shifts your objective. You are no longer battling over assets. You are successfully executing a predetermined contract. Step 1 begins when the initiating spouse files a formal petition for dissolution of marriage with the California Superior Court. When filling out this form, you must explicitly check the specific box declaring that a prenuptial agreement exists. Once filed, the petitioner is legally required to serve these papers, along with a complete copy of the prenup itself, to the responding spouse. That moves us to step 2, which requires a deep dive into your current finances. The court mandates that both spouses gather and submit an exhaustive, up-to-date snapshot of their financial situation. This matrix outlines the 4 mandatory pillars of your financial disclosure. You have to document your current assets, outstanding debts, present income, and daily expenses. You submit these directly alongside your prenup to comply with California Family Code Section 1615. Providing absolute financial transparency at this stage is critical. It is the only way you can prove to the court that the terms of the original agreement hold up against your current economic realities. Step 3 moves the process out of your hands and onto the judge's desk. The court now begins its official evaluation of the prenuptial agreement's legal integrity. This 4-point checklist shows what the judge is looking for. First, that both parties signed voluntarily, without coercion. Second, full financial disclosure was provided originally. Third, the terms are reasonably fair. Finally, both had independent legal counsel during the drafting process. If agreements stumble here, it usually comes down to 2 specific issues. The court discovers someone hid assets in the past, or one of the spouses did not have their own lawyer reviewing the terms before signing. Failing these structural checks is a serious risk. The judge has full authority to invalidate the contract and throw the entire agreement out. During this review, the court is not looking to judge the quality or history of your marriage. They are conducting a precise audit of the strict legal environment in which your contract was originally formed. Assuming the document passes inspection, we reach step 4, enforcement. The court actively applies the validated terms, assigning separate property to original owners and dividing the shared marital property exactly as dictated by the contract. This enforcement phase is also the primary friction point. If a spouse is unhappy with the arrangement, this is the exact moment they are most likely to contest the terms. Simply changing your mind is not enough to challenge the agreement. Contesting a prenup in California requires a valid legal reason, such as proving the specific terms are currently unconscionable or entirely unreasonable under today's conditions. 3 clauses pose severe risks. Sunset clauses render the agreement unenforceable if the expiration date passes. Support waivers are heavily scrutinized to prevent severe financial hardship. And debt division is only enforced if both parties had full knowledge of liabilities before signing. If a specific clause is contested by your spouse, your best option is to step back and renegotiate those specific terms outside of the courtroom. Coming to an agreement privately is significantly faster and less expensive than pursuing formal litigation. Automatic enforcement is a myth. Your prenup will only be enforced if its specific clauses remain legally sound and humane under your present-day circumstances. Once the court resolves any disputes and concludes its review, we arrive at step 5. The judge will issue a formal document called a judgment of dissolution. This specific document acts as the final word. It officially terminates the marriage and implements the asset division rules laid out in your agreement. When drafted and executed with strict compliance to state law, Prenups provide deep protection and clarity for both parties during a California divorce. Because the rules are so precise, anyone dealing with complex elements, like spousal support waivers or large debt divisions, should seek qualified legal counsel to review their unique situation before filing their initial paperwork. By following these steps with a legally sound agreement, you remove the hostile uncertainty from the divorce process and secure a predictable, protected outcome.